Next thing you know, you've just taken that person, that guy who comes in once a week or twice a week for lunch, and you've just doubled the amount of times that he comes in. And by doing that, I mean, you kind of know what the rest of the story is. I mean, everybody makes more money, and so something for everyone, something for always is a great tool for everyone to use to get people to come in more often, and that's the goal. So. Let's see. So we did something for everyone, something for always. Now the name. All right, and this is where I've heard so many incredible stories about the name. But the real story, the one that actually happened, and the one that it's probably not as exciting as a lot of the stories, but the one that will continue to be told from now on. We had the concept. We knew that we wanted to do a great big menu. We knew that we wanted to do this kind of rustic, like really kind of energetic environment, but we could not figure out a name. And we wanted it to be fun. We wanted it to be energetic. We wanted it to be friendly. We wanted it to be casual. We wanted it to be playful. We had all of these adjectives that we were throwing around. And so my dad and I were skiing up in Jackson Hole, and we walked into the Mangy Moose. And there's this dog laying by the fireplace. And we kind of looked at the dog, and then we looked around and went, wait a minute, how about Lazy Dog? Like, it was kind of, it tied everything together. It made it comfortable for the families. It made it, kind of playful and fun and not too serious. And so, that's where the name was born. And from there, we started testing it with people and asking people, and everybody remembered it. I mean, my grandma called it the Crazy Dog for like the year. And, but finally she got it. She's like, oh, Lazy Dog. I'm like, yeah, Grandma, Lazy Dog. But you know what? I told people, I don't care what you call it, as long as you remember how to get back, As long as you know where it is, then I don't care, what you call it. The other great thing about Lazy Dog was it also kind of exemplified that type of service that we wanted. And not the fact that we all get to be lazy, but the fact that our guests get to be lazy. They get to sit and relax and watch all the action, just like the Lazy Dog sits on the porch and kind of watches the cars go by. But they get to be lazy dogs, and they get to totally relax, and that's what I want. I want our guests to be able to completely shut down, forget about their day, and just relax and be taken care of. So, all of a sudden it's opening day. Opening day, Huntington Beach, we've got the concept, we've got the restaurant built, and I'm the general manager, Roshan's the assistant general manager, Gabe is the executive chef, he's behind the line, like ready to go, and we are terrified, like totally terrified. We have no idea if anybody's even going to come through the door. I mean, we have built this restaurant, we've trained all of these people, because of course we trained them like we would train them at P.F. Chang's or Mimi's. We hired a trillion people. We're like, all right, we're ready. And thank God the first person comes up to the door right at 11 o'clock. We're like, oh, okay, good. We've got guests. And we are all over these poor guests. I mean, they basically had lunch with us. I mean, I sat, whether it was me or Ro or the server or Gabe, we were at the table the entire experience. And the poor server's looking at us like, are you guys kidding me? Like, are you gonna let me actually take care of this table, or what are we doing here? And so, after a few days, we kind of we released a little bit of control. After we basically had lunch and dinner with every single guest that walked in the building. And at that point, we realized that we needed to be able to trust people. I mean, we could not wait on every table ourselves, or else the servers would just all quit because they were so tired of us standing at their tables. And that's where the whole concept of trust came from. And along with that came a whole laundry list of core values that we put in the book. And the core values are, the reason why we wrote them down was because we want to be held accountable for them. Like, if we do something, if one of our managers does something that doesn't fit with our core values, then we need you guys to call us on it. Because sometimes we make decisions and they may not be the greatest decisions. I mean, we think about them a lot, but sometimes we just don't quite nail it. And so we are fallible, and we definitely make mistakes, but we need you guys, since we are a team, since we are a family, we need you guys to let us know when we make kind of silly decisions and question them. I know Tamara is famous for it, actually. I can always get an honest opinion from Tamara. And I love that. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, I want to know how to make the restaurant better. I want to make better decisions. And so therefore, the more feedback I get, the better off we are. So trust. You know, trust is the key core value. And trust works two ways. First of all, you know, as we learned in the first restaurant, we have to be able to trust you. We're trusting you with our most valuable asset. The most valuable thing in the entire company is the guest. I mean, the guest pays our bills. I mean, the guest is the one that actually pulls money out of their pocket and gives it to us. And it allows us to pay all the bills and do all the stuff, and so therefore we trust you, and we trust you to care about the guest. I think, who said that? You know, somebody said, you know, that at Lazy Dog we actually have servers who trust. We actually have servers that care, and I totally agree. I mean, we are trusting you to care about each and every guest, and to care about the quality of the food that you set down in front of them, to care about the cleanliness of the booth that they're about to sit in, you know, the cleanliness of the menu that you're handing to them, and that you're going to care about all of those little details, all of those details of good service. I'm going to work the dogs in there. That you're going to care about all of those little details to make sure that guest comes back. Because that's the ultimate goal. We've got to make sure that each guest has such a great experience that they are planning on coming back tomorrow. Now, the trust also goes the other way. You have to be able to trust us. You have to be able to trust us to have enough ramekins. You have to trust us to have enough forks and spoons and knives and soup cups and all of that stuff. You have to trust us to give you, proper training, to be able to train every single person that comes into the building so that you're prepared to do your job. You have to trust us to have enough people on the floor, to have enough people scheduled so that you're not so overstressed that you're not able to give that level of service. And if we're not doing that, then you got to let us know so that we can fix that and we can make it better. You also have to be able to trust us to support you. You get in the weeds once in a while, and the weeds are okay, every once in a while, not too much. But you have to be able to trust us to kind of come to your rescue and help you out, or at least get other people to come and help you out to get you through that one little rough patch to get you back on track. Lastly, you have to trust us to hold everybody in the building responsible for their jobs, because there's nothing worse than giving an A effort and working your butt off and having somebody in the restaurant that's giving that B or C effort. And you're looking and going, why am I working my butt off when he doesn't have to work his butt off? So it's our job as managers to make sure that the person given the C effort gets up to an A effort. Because that way, if we're all working at A efforts, then we all get to make more money. And that basically is the whole crux of this entire meeting. To sum it all up, we are here to help you make more money. And it's not to say that you're doing a bad job in the least bit. I mean, you guys are doing a great job already. But if we could just treat everybody a little bit better, like just go a little bit of an extra step, then your tips will go up. I promise, your tips will definitely go up if you treat everybody just a little bit better. The frequency of the guests will go up. I mean, they will come in more often. I mean, if you're nailing that service every single time, every single guest, they will come in more often, and we will all make a lot more money. Now, I mean, it's pretty crazy to think about that the success of the whole company is based on you taking care of every single guest that sits in your section. I mean, it comes down to that. It boils down to the better you treat every single one of your guests, the better the company does. And we can actually build more restaurants and have more opportunity for people, and everybody gets to do better. And so, especially in times like these, we've got to really nail everything all the time. And that's why we're here.